Okay, welcome to episode 22 of the Burning Bush podcast, where we share the message of the Bible while enjoying a good cigar. Just want to thank you for stopping by this week and taking time to listen to the podcast. Check it out, and I hope everybody's doing well. I know I am still here suffering in the summer heat. Well, not suffering. I don't call it suffering. I love it. I'll be suffering this winter when I'm sitting here smoking in the cold. But I've got no room to complain. So let me get into this week's cigar. I've been lately finding some really good budget cigars. I know I've done a couple of them on the show already. I have another one here that is really good, and I would make this a daily smoker as well. It is the Unica Cabinet Maduro. And this is a cigar that's put out by J.C. Newman, and it's a collaboration with Fuente Cigars. So let me go to the website and read what they have to say about these really good cigars. It says, since 1986, La Unica cigars have been offering an outstanding premium cigar value unparalleled in the industry. As with many classics, La Unica Dominican Primeros came from humble beginnings. More than 20 years ago, before the cigar boom, J.C. Newman Cigar Company patriarch Stanford J. Newman challenged his good friend Carlos Fuentes Sr. with an idea that had never been tried in the cigar industry: to develop a rich, flavorful, superb-tasting premium cigar and package it in an inexpensive cellophane bundle without costly boxes and trimmings found with other premium cigars. Until that time, factories only packaged their seconds in bundles. Carlos selected the sizes, and Stanford approved the blend, a combination of Cuban seed, Dominican long filler tobaccos, specially aged for maximum flavor and smoothness. When skillfully hand-rolled with a delicate Connecticut shade, light natural, wrapper, or a dark, rich Maduro Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Carlos fulfilled Stanford's vision. Within 6 months, La Unica became the #1 selling premium cigar bundle in America. Today, La Unica, with the original 1986 blend and smooth, rich flavor, preserves the history of the brand. These superb cigars have now grown up from their bundle days and are elegantly packaged in custom cedar cabinets of 20. Despite the maturity of the packaging, we've not strayed from our roots and the original hand-selected, perfectly aged blend of tobaccos that make La Unica a favorite. Imagine a velvety, sultry beginning with hints of sweetness and fruit. As each perfectly blended leaf burns, the complexities of fine Dominican filler in La Unica blossom into a nutty, creamy, rich flavor. La Unica cigars are smooth enough for every day, but far from ordinary. Handmade by Tabacalera A. Fuente in the Dominican Republic, La Unica continues to be one of the finest cigars on the market. And then I'll scroll down here. Let me just relight, because I went out, wasn't paying attention. I had just lit this cigar as we started the podcast and didn't get it going well enough, so give me a minute to just fire it back up and we'll get going on the sizes. All right. So then the sizes, they have a bunch of sizes here. Let's see, the number 100, which is an 8.5 by 52. Number 200 is a 7 by 49. Number 300 is a 6 7/10 by 44. Number 600 is a 6x50, and that's what I'm smoking, the Toro size. Number 500 is a 5.5x42. Number 400 is a 4.5x50. And the wrapper is, they come in Connecticut shade natural wrapper, or the broadleaf, the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, which is what I'm smoking. Binder and filler are both Dominican, and they're made at the Fuente factory. And the tobaccos are aged for 5 years. I don't believe it said that anywhere in the article. They've been rated a 90 by Cigar Aficionado, a 92 by Smoke Magazine, and a 98 by Cigar Insider. So there's the La Unica Dominican Primeros by J.C. Newman and Fuente. Really a great, like I said, a great budget cigar. I can't remember what I paid for these, but I believe it was somewhere around between $3 and $4 a piece. And I got them, I did buy them on foxcigar.com, where I do a lot of my online shopping. And because I've told you before, no tax, no shipping. They do have a limited selection, but whatever they do have that I'm into, I definitely buy from them, because it takes like 2 days, and no tax, no shipping. Foxcigar.com. Check them out. So now that the cigar portion of the program is taken care of, let's head back into What Does God Want by Dr. Mike Heiser. This week's section from chapter 6 is entitled The Story's Exclamation Point. In what remains of the story, I want to focus on the amazing ending. Every great epic has a memorable ending, you know. The biblical story is no exception. If you're expecting harps and clouds, get used to disappointment. We tend to process the final act of the Bible's story in terms of what we get. For example, we'll have everlasting life, not death. That's exciting, but everlasting life doesn't really say much. It's just a description about duration, not quality. Quality of everlasting life emerges more in our minds when we process the end of the story as life in a new global Eden. The book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible, completes the story with Edenic imagery. Revelation 21 and 22. God is there. Heaven has returned to earth. Jesus is there. The tree of life is there. This Eden is actually better than the original Eden. Evil has run its course. There is no rebellion waiting to explode into the world. Creation is therefore perfectly optimized. There is no disease or death anywhere in the plant, animal, or human experience. There is no predation or violence. It's like nothing we've ever experienced. The Eden angle gets us closer to what the Bible itself emphasizes at the climax of its story. The passage from Romans 8 I included above adjusts our thinking just a bit to bring the real pinnacle of God's plan, the revealing of the sons of God, the glory of the children of God. Yes, the creation groans to be made new, but that deliverance is linked to the glorification of God's human family. In other words, we are the end game of what God has been doing. Our status as His children, permanently fit for His presence and present with Him permanently, is the forefront of the Bible's story. Where we live is just scenery, no doubt spectacular. The book of Revelation's final vision of the new Eden makes this point for me when it begins the final scene this way. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them as their God. That will finish section 6, or this section from chapter 6 entitled The Stories! Exclamation point. And next week we'll get back into it. We're getting pretty close to the end of this book. I think there's only a couple chapters left. Have to see where we go after this. I'm not sure what my next step will be. I'm thinking about doing another one of Mike Heiser's books, which is not the follow-up to this book, but kind of a next step in the progression of learning about the Bible. It's called Supernatural. Not sure yet, though. But like I said, I still have a couple chapters to go in this book. So thanks for being with us again this week. And I'd encourage you, as always, to go check out the show notes. Look at Mike Heiser's books. Pick some up. There's a lot to learn there. Check out Steve Wiggins' new ministry, groundworksministries.com, for daily Bible study. Check out the links. I always have the links for the cigar of the week in there. And scroll down a little further at the bottom of the show notes, and we're into the 22nd episode now. I've started a merchandise shop for Burning Bush Podcast merchandise for anybody who would be interested in picking up a t-shirt, a mug, a face mask. They have all kinds of things on there. So if you feel so inclined and you want to help out the show, and if you're a fan of the show and you want to let other people know about it, wearing a t-shirt or something like that, I'd appreciate it if you'd pick something up from the merch store, which is linked in the show notes. And as I always say, have a great day. Have a great cigar, and God bless.